What's up guys, Ronaldo here and welcome, and today I want to give you guys some optimizations for your farming of gear and equipment overall, because these are changes I believe everyone must do to save up hours and hours of farming. It will save you a lot of time in the long run, considering that you will go for thousands and thousands of runs. It will just accumulate over time. So what am I talking about? So first up, little side note before we get into it, everyone just make sure that you guys all have gear plans, right? That's something beautiful about Watcher of Realms. Most units have similar stat requirements, DPS, so you can just swap it around. Makes overall farming a lot faster. And I recently started playing Epic 7, and there you have to pay gold to change the equipment, so that's something I like a lot here in Watcher. So make use of that you don't have to pay gold to change equipment and you can just swap around freely. I think that should be something that every gacha has, but unfortunately that's not the case. But now let's get right into it. How can you optimize your runs? How can you optimize everything? What am I even talking about? So basically you're gonna have 3 timestamps down in below for you guys on how you can optimize your runs, shaving off a lot of time off your runs, making your runs faster and therefore spending way less time in farming. So let's get into the first one, the one that most people know, and that's gonna be AMR. Afterwards we're gonna go speedrun for gear rate 1 and then gear rate 2 speedrun as well. So let's go right into AMR. Now AMR, after you've beaten it, now you have that power of dominance, and therefore you want to use most likely a Silas. Works very well in combination with some fighters, being Valeria, Zilla2, just strong fighters that you have. Silas is kind of the goat for everything, as you will be able to see throughout this video. A Venoma if you have her, but of course not required. Just whichever units you have, combine them and use them freely. And basically what you're gonna do is pretty simple really. Experienced players know this already, but instead of having a 30-40 second run, right, you can just have a bit of a fast run here by putting some other units in there. There you go. You can go even up to 14 seconds if you're fast at it. Now if you have a Valeria and so forth, now this is just a speed run, and then you can just farm AMR very quickly after you've beaten it. You shouldn't just use the same strategy than before, and this will over time, it just will make your AMR runs a lot faster, shave up a lot of time, save you a lot of time overall. The next thing, and that's something that not that many people apply, but I would genuinely recommend everyone, and that is the gear rates, optimizing the gear rates. Especially this counts for gear rate 1 and 2. If you have some other optimizations overall, speedruns, alternatives, ideas for other content, or just tips for people watching the video, write them down in the comments below. Maybe there's even something that I didn't know, or just things that I didn't mention here that can help people speed up their runs, save a lot of time. So basically after that we have gear rate 1, and gear rate 1 you can save a lot of time actually, mainly because of Silas again. That's right, Silas is him. What if you do not have Silas, right? Of course you can make other units work here in AMR as well, and here in gear rate 1 as well. You can make a you can kind of use a Zetrum, you can kind of use a Hex, right? Try it with a Hex, but generally be speaking, Silas is kind of the goat. And basically what we're gonna do here to speedrun gear rate 1 to shave off a lot of time is, as you can see here, we place the Silas and then Dolores and our Comet. Now here you're gonna see something important here. So things that you need to consider for that to work in Gear 8.1 is you need one heavy hitting AoE mage, being Boreas or Silas or some of the other ones, new ones as well. If they're strong enough, they can get the job done. Silas, Boreas or Comet. Comet is the best option. He has the highest burst window overall. So if we go and take a look here with the power of dominance, Comet doesn't have his gear that we used on clearing it. That's how strong power of dominance is, by the way. He has some wacko gear compared to when I first cleared it. But Comet will kill the first ants, and while Comet is doing his job, you pop the Silas ult as well to help here, speed it up, and to start rinsing down the boss here. And then you follow it up with, thanks to the... where is she? Laurel. You're gonna have your Laurel, sorry. You're gonna have your Hollow for Rage Regen as well. Thanks to that, you can cycle your ultimates and get another rotation out here in between the waves, and then you're able to just have the boss killed before anything really happened, and the rest of the run is a piece of cake, right? You're not gonna have any heals, you're not gonna have any failures, you're gonna have a very fast last wave. They're gonna just one-shot them without having to go over multiple rotations of ults, or just multiple. Yeah, it's just a lot faster this way. Saves you a lot of time. Needed for this, for Gear 8.1, really is the Laurel. A good single target DPS like Silas is kind of best option, and then Comet is also kind of the best option, but you can also make it work with someone like a Boreas, of course. And Dolores is also needed for this, and also Dolores will be needed for the Gear 8.2 example that we're gonna go over with right now. Let's go right into Gear 8.2. Now Gear 8.2, you have 3 guesses. That's right, guys. Silas again. It is Silas again.
It's him again. It's always him.
But of course there's also the Praetus tech. So first up, actually, let's go over the Praetus tech, because during the anniversary, a lot of you got the Praetus, and Praetus is the optimal thing, and you will save a ton of time here in Gear 8.2. So let's go over the Praetus tech. Basically, for the Praetus variant, what do you want? You want to have as many arbiters as you possibly can. You want a Volca, a Decimus. Hold up, where's my Volca? I built her full tank, by the way. You want a cost generator, a healer, and at least 1 attack buffer. If you have 2, that's great as well. And how are you gonna go in? So this is gonna be rather quick. So for Praetus, how you want to do it is you're placing your cost generator right here, and then you're gonna place your tank. In this case, a tank Valkyria, that's right. You don't need her artifact, she will survive, don't worry about that. Even if she didn't have that artifact, she will survive easily. Just place any tank that you have. You can also place your full tank Volca right here, and that works as well. But basically, you're just gonna chill now with this, have a good time. Place your Laurel to get these ults. Use the Praetus ultimate before he kills the last mob, otherwise you won't be able to activate it, right? And then you're gonna use Dolores, and Praetus nuke comes in, and he, as you guys will be able to see, is just rinsing down, already down to 30% HP. And then we're gonna come in. This is no Sadie strategy, so I like this one a lot. No Sadie, no Regulus whatsoever. You're gonna wait, zack, place down your unit here, then zack, you're gonna place down a fodder unit now. Didn't take a fodder unit. Didn't take a fodder unit with me, that sucks. Well, GG's Ronaldo, you're not the smartest, huh? Aren't you? Not the brightest creature out here, but it's fine. No, we're gonna place down our tanks. Place down our second tank. Actually, thinking about it, we wouldn't have needed to place down our second tank, did we? Yeah, we take her out. We're activating this, right? We're gonna let Praetus now, hold up, get rid of a few of these guys, not all of them. So he's gonna rinse. Of course, he's a fool, so you can just put his Decimus here. They won't happen. And then once there's only 2 guys left, you can just pop your Praetus nuke and the boss is gone. And then of course don't forget to put your Decimus here. And then more or less the fight is gonna be a lot faster because you don't have to deal with the boss after. You can just have your units get dealt with like this. As you can see, there's no earthquake, nothing, no boss to beat after. It's just Praetus, and it's gonna be being chilling really. Yeah, it's really simple afterwards, right? Without the boss, you're just gonna wipe. You can even save up your Praetus. Of course, this is just a little showcase, but you should actually save up your Praetus here for when these guys come out, right? And then you can just pop this and you would be able to one-shot them and shave off another second. But there you have it. This is the Praetus version. Pretty fast. Can shave off a lot of time because usually you have to wait with the earthquakes and stuff. But now let's go into the Silas version. So away from the test server we go, back to my account. So for the Silas version, you just want the Silas and the standard team. And then you could also run a mage if you want to, right? You can also run your standard mage. Let's just do that actually. So for the Silas, you're just gonna place him here and he will get the job done. You can just chill here for a sec, let him do his thing really. I placed him 1 tile further back on purpose for people that don't have good enough Silas that he would be able to deal with it without his ult. But basically, long story short, you're just gonna do the rump normally. Let's come to the end of the fight. Alright, so stage 2 is cleared with the Silas. You can get a little bit more chip damage in here if you want to, before you get into phase 3. Then phase 3 is gonna get finished off by Comet, of course. Goat, there we go. And now when we're at the end of the phases basically, right? Now is basically when you stall with the Decimus, the smashes and everything. And then once you stop smashing, then you put your tank in, then you wait for your cost to put your healer in, you wait for your cost to put your mage in plus your attack buffer Dolores, wait for their ults to get ready, then you pop their ults, and then you most likely will have another rotation of ults needed because the mages don't deal that much single target DPS. So basically that's all not going to be a problem here. Now of course I failed to take him out properly, of course I did. Superb, very well. Basically Silas is of course wasting his ult. Of course he is. But basically you're just gonna let your Silas rinse that boss down without waiting. You're just gonna immediately let the Silas start hitting. Now these ads on the left right hand side, you should just take your Baron out and let them die and run into your Erica or just another fodder ground unit. You're just gonna be a placeholder placing there to die, so your Silas doesn't waste shots on these guys, and you're gonna be even faster, and the boss is done a lot faster than any other way. And then you will have another run that is just saving you a lot of time over the longer period of time. And yeah, with that said, I think I've covered the bases, I've covered the things I wanted to cover. This is it from me. This will help you a lot of, save you a lot of time, a lot of hours through thousands of runs. And with that said, make sure to subscribe and like, because word in the streets is it's gonna increase your summoning luck. And with that said, I'm Ronaldo and I'm out. Peace.